I'm Marlon Bowling with you. Well, we're going to go right to the phone and welcome Oliver Slope, Blue Line Futures right now, and see what he thinks about the market start here this week. And Oliver, now that we're into this first full trading week here of April, all the attention seems to be turning a little bit here now toward planting season. And I don't know if we're going to be able to get a good full start on planting season yet, because some areas it's just a little bit too soggy. What do you hear from your clients about that?
We're hearing something similar, and we're really excited to get into this planting season, kind of change the narrative and hopefully the tone a little bit. And obviously, the last month and a half has just been nonstop negative headlines, specifically for that corn market, especially with the headwinds of the energy sector. And then you look at last week's USDA report with nearly 97 million acres. That's just a lot to wrap your head around, and it's really put the bearish sentiment at levels that are, basically unprecedented. I don't know that there's a bull left out there, but that can be looked at as a potential silver lining. If no one left is left to buy, then maybe that puts a little bit of a near-term low in the market, and we can see a little bit of relief. Weather, as you had mentioned, going to be very, very important going forward, and we expect the headlines to shift towards that. We're able to get up towards that 97 million acres, to be seen yet, but they certainly set the bar really, really high at that front. On the radar this week, the OPEC meeting had been pushed back to Thursday. That's going to be a big one. If they can come to some sort of an agreement there, potentially we get some relief in the energy sector, and that can spill into some short covering in corn. But I think looking past that, weather is going to be huge.
Corn right now down about 3 cents on the day. We're at 327 3/4, and everybody watching that new crop December contract, it's down 3 cents right now at 347 3/4 as they make last-minute decisions on acreage, whether to plant corn or soybeans or cotton or whatever. The soybeans actually firming up again today, Oliver. We have the May now 3 1/4 higher. We're at 857 1/2, and November new crop now 3 3/4 higher at 865 1/4. So they're actually picking up a little bit of momentum after a fairly flat start. Is that encouraging to you?
It is encouraging. We're right in the middle of what we've called the pivot point, 854 to 858. This is really where we broke out from on March 20th, as well as a key retracement. We really broke down there at the end of last week. We wanted to see more of a springboard reaction off of this level, but the fact that we're holding here today is encouraging. If we can achieve consecutive closes out above this 858 level, potentially we see the market retest the top end of the recent range and maybe even potentially take a run at that $9 handle. But I think today's session and tomorrow's session around this 858 area is going to be extremely pivotal for setting the tone going forward. If we're not able to reclaim ground above these important technical resistance levels, that really keeps the door open for a potential retest of those contract lows at about 821 that we saw back on March 16th.